Hey all, this is Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I'm here with a little bit of future me talking about what's coming up here on my channel. For the next couple weeks, I am going to be sharing several videos from my Cozy and Creative marathon that I did back in January 2021. Now, what I'm doing is I am breaking videos out of that big marathon and I'm going to share them as individual lessons. And that way, people that are interested in one or two of the things from that marathon aren't feeling stuck with a 12-hour video. I understand it's kind of scary when you see it says it's 12 hours long and you're going, well, but I only want to do the cat. So yeah, I've heard that. So now I'm going to break out these videos and I'm starting with the very first one in my book, which is this one. We're going to draw this cup of chocolate, hot chocolate with whipped cream on top, a book, and an iPad. I'm going to show you step by step how to draw this yourself. But if you don't want to do all of the drawings, that's okay. I do have it already made as a book that you can download from Teespring and print on your own paper, or buy it as this printed book from Amazon. All the links are down below in the more information box. Now let's get started with the drawing. Let's see, I saw one. Ah, there we go. I'm going to do a cup with a book. That looks like an iPad sitting under it, but you know, a cup and a book. We're going to do that. We're going to have fun. My paper is cut to 5.5 by 8.5, and we have a table. And the table is wood and it's got a book. I'm looking at this going, I think I will just put a line in. I am just using this is a zebra Tect 2-way pencil. So now I've got the back edge of the table drawn. I am going to put my book on here, just get a general idea. The book is sort of has a lifted up cover, so it sort of curves a little bit. I'm not necessarily going to get this to be exactly the same perspective, but basically all you're doing is drawing a box for a book. See, this is the block of pages, and that's the cover. And so I'm looking at this going, all right, the cover is much shorter because it's curved up more. And it comes in. My pencil just lost its lead because I had it drop on the floor. And a drawing lesson marathon. This is I'm going to have that corner is curved on my book. Ha. Sometimes we make artistic choices very quickly. And sometimes it takes a little while for us to get it started. So I hope that you guys are having an awesome, maybe I'll have a page that's sticking up. Just another page of that book. Books on my nightstand, the corners get bent really fast because I knock them off all the time. But you see, basically it's a box, and if you can keep all of your box kind of together, you will end up with, see, we've got, if we turned it this way, you could see it as a book better, maybe. You see that? I am going to be drawing my designs in with pen. So I really don't have to do as much with the pencil, but you know what? Sometimes it's easier to just go over your lines than it is to create new lines. Maybe there's a couple pages that got bent. I'm making it up as I go along partly. This is, now you guys get to see inside of my little brain. I do have, sitting off to the side of me here, I have snacks. I've got, here, see, I've got snacks. There's like an iPad or something underneath of here. I think I'm going to put, I don't know, it might end up being a magazine by the time I'm done. But it's just going to be, it could be a tablet. It could be a reader of some kind. We'll just go like that. I like the idea of this person. This person likes both books and technology. That pretty much reads as me. I am a book person. I love the feel of a real book. But I also enjoy the portability of books on a device. So there. Now I have just drawn in a little iPad or tablet of some kind, Kindle reader. There we go. It's also a great, a tablet is a really good thing to listen to audiobooks on. I have been an audiobook Audible person for many, many years. I really don't need to go in and do too much detail there. I am going to put my cup in, and now the cup is going to hide a little bit of this here. So I am going to have to rotate it. Let's see if we can get it from down top now. Maybe. I am going to put the circle because we're looking down on this table. The circle is pretty close to being a circle for the top of the cup, but not quite. You're still an ellipse. It's still squished a little bit. It's not a perfect circle. You notice I drew what was in behind before I drew the cup, just because it's easier to make a long line. Yeah. I'm going to say I'm looking down on it. I'm going to draw the cup part and then I'll put the handle on. I think I sloped it in a little bit more than it needed to be. Let's come back up to there. This cup has hot chocolate in it with whipped cream and chocolate shavings on top. I like that. Now, the handle is coming across at an angle, and if you draw a box, just draw your box as you draw, draw a box in perspective. Maybe bring it up just a little bit above the base of that cup. Then you can draw your letter C or a letter D on the inside and complete the box. Look at that. And then you can cut this off any way you wish to make your handle. See, making my handle go all the way across, and then it's going to come down like this. This is just a really great way to go in and get the handle so it looks like it belongs. I'm just going to erase some of those lines so that I can make it look, might curve it up just a little bit on the inside and make that curve. And then so long as I get that curve to match that back edge over here, you don't have to have that hard line on the top. And I'll be able to smooth out my lines when I do my inking. But this just gets us much closer. I may not want it to be quite so hard there, so I might curve it a little more. Swing my curve up. Or swing this curve down just a little bit so it's maybe a little chunkier. I don't know. But see, that's how that's kind of what I think of when I'm drawing a handle. Now, that does not mean that is the only way to put a handle in, and that does not mean that it's, the totally right way, but it's a way that you can get a handle on your cup and have it feel like it kind of goes with it. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. So we're going to get that sort of lumpy bump, and maybe I'll make it more like a mountain of whipped cream. See, the thing is with whipped cream is the most of the shape comes from the shadows, and I'm trying to just, I think that is enough for that book. We're going to ink it in. When I get it inked in, it's going to be a lot easier to see. And I am going to grab a piece of paper to keep my hand from rubbing on the graphite. We're going to see if I can do that. See if I can remember. I am going to go ahead and ink this line back here. Yes, get lost in the sketching. Get lost in the sketching. This edge here, I'm just going to put little lines. And I'm not going to draw in all of the pages, but I'm going to put a couple of the pages up at the top here. And I should have done that one. Oh well, that one's going to get a little bit of some hashing lines on there. Make it feel like you can see under the underside just a bit. The rest of that's going to be pretty much just that block, that book block. And the cover is going to stick out just ever so slightly. Not too much. It's not a hardback book, so really the cover doesn't stick out very much at all. I'm just pulling a few little chunks of paper line, where it looks like there's a little separation in the pages. Not a lot. I'm not worried about making it perfect. There's a lot of the work goes in when we put in the actual painting. Let's see here. That going there, that going there. You would start to see it about here. This is like a little iPad or a Kindle, and my lines are not going to be perfect. But they'll be good enough that we will know this is an electronic device. Don't want it to end right at the, there we go. Whew. And maybe bring that down just a little bit. There we go. See, I'm adjusting my lines. After I'm done, I'm going to be scanning all of the pieces of art and cleaning up just a little bit. I'm not going to be spending too much time cleaning the images because I need to be able to get this all put together as a book for you to download. I'm excited. I love that people like the download book. Being able to download, print off the references for themselves, print off the pictures, put them into their onto their own paper. I had some questions the last time about, what paper should they print on, and I say whatever paper your printer will allow you to print on, whatever the heaviest paper it is. If it will allow watercolor paper, use watercolor paper. Many of them will work with mixed media paper. So you can cut mixed media paper to 8.5 by 11, or whatever the biggest size is that you want to paint on that your printer will allow you. That's looking good. See, I want to do the cream in here. I don't really want to do super hard lines, so I'm breaking my lines. I'm letting them sort of separate a little bit. Sometimes you'll have that little curl of really, that really firm edge of the curl, and then your cream just sort of gets much more soft, especially when it's sitting on top of a cup of hot cocoa. This is one of my comfort treats that I love. I love hot cocoa at night. I love hot cocoa when you just come in from being out in the snow. Okay, I need to stop that. We're going to get all of the pencil erased. And yeah, I'm refining with my pen. And it's okay. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of those shadowy type lines right along the edge of that iPad or Kindle or tablet of whatever kind it is. And thank you. If you are new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the notification bell. Turn on all your notifications so you'll be notified when I go live. We're going to zoom out and say, this is picture number 1. Kind of fun, huh? And see how by having these bigger areas, I can choose to say that's a window, or I could just make that a dark area. I can say there's a lot of light, just like this. See how it's dark at the top, and then there's that wood grain, kind of a pine table, and then the devices and the phone, the cup, and all of the shadows and highlights. So this makes it really nice to be able to put your pictures together the way you want them. Have something, I think this is very peaceful, very calming, and very, very, very good. I'm excited. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and come back for more. We're going to be doing, the next piece of art is going to be, this one with the chocolate mint. So come back and check out how I draw that one on the next video. And we'll see you soon. Remember, go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. I want you to have a lovely day. See ya.